Well, first, I think Saddam Hussein will continue to try to test our resolve, and our resolve must hold absolutely firm. Those United Nations resolutions must be upheld, and if he's being difficult, the helicopters must go in, and if necessary, they must be properly escorted because they couldn't go in otherwise. So he must never, never be allowed to get away with flouting United Nations resolutions, and we must always stand firm.
What about the issue of force, Mrs. Thatcher?
Well, if need be, you'll have to send in military aircraft to escort the helicopters. You take each problem as it arises. He'll try to say, no, I'm not going to obey that strict resolution. He must, and as each case arises, we must see that he obeys it. He must never, never find any weak spot in our determination at all.
Are you surprised by the apparent extent to which he had developed a nuclear program?
No, I'm not. It's a large country. You're not able to find out everything. It's difficult even to find out everything now. But you must understand, dictators are totally and utterly ruthless. They recognize no law. They recognize no United Nations. They will try to get away with anything. That's why he will test, he will probe, hoping that one day we'll get a little bit fed up and say, oh, well, let him have something. He must have nothing, but nothing.
The Iraqi people, though, in the meantime, appear to be getting caught very much in the middle of this whole thing.
If the Iraqi people are caught in the middle of it, it's Saddam Hussein's fault, not ours. They're under a dictator. It's Saddam Hussein for them to blame, and if need be, they must try to topple him.
Mrs. Thatcher, on the broader issue of a Middle East peace, we see the feverish efforts of Secretary of State Baker and behind-the-scenes President Bush trying to pull this thing together. Is this a high-stakes gamble with limited prospects for success, do you think? Where is this going?
No one's gambling. The situation's much too significant, important to the whole world to gamble. And I admire Jim Baker for the sheer perseverance that he is demonstrating. That is right. He must not be put off. Israel wants, of course, a very great deal, and her status and her security must be recognized. The aspirations of the Palestinian people must be recognized. But the only security you'll have is through negotiation. Otherwise, it'll be turmoil, conflict, killing for a very long time.
From your perspective, looking at this dispute between the United States and Israel now over these housing loan guarantees, do you think that this is further complicating in a very serious way the prospects for peace, or do you not consider this to be a major irritant at this time?
They have to be absolutely certain that it did not go to settlements in the West Bank, directly or indirectly, because that would be upsetting the longer-term prospect of a settlement.
So you endorse President Bush's position on this?
I think he's absolutely right on this. I think it's being handled strictly, correctly, but more than correctly, I think it's being handled wisely, always keeping the long term in mind. We want a settlement. We don't want another conflict.
Turning to
a different way. It's the biggest, most...
Your thoughts with us today.
Thank you.